Hey guys, SFP here, and welcome to another episode of my DC United Career Mode. This one being episode 45, and we see here that we finally get an offer for au pair, and obviously we're going to accept it because a lot of my players, specifically the center backs, have been fairly unhappy. And it's to be expected. I have a bunch of center backs. It's ridiculous and really unnecessary, I guess. In my efforts to get the best team available, I'm obviously overstacked in a couple positions. Anyways, guys, like I said, I think in my previous video, I managed to download FIFA 15, excuse me, FIFA 16, the demo at least, and I gave it a couple of goes. I tried 3 games. I've recorded 3 games so far for the demo, and I'll probably upload those sometime this weekend. And the first game, I actually tried Legendary just for shits and giggles. That didn't turn out so well. Then I tried the remaining 2 games on World Class, and so far from what I've gathered with the demo, I'm not exactly feeling it. But then again, this is just a demo, and so I expect the actual game to be a lot better than what I've experienced so far in the demo. But I guess the demo might vary between people. I know some people are very excited. They love the demo. Other people seem to be unimpressed, so to speak, or underwhelmed. So I think I would fall under the latter in that sense. But you guys, like I said, you guys will see the videos that I'll post up this weekend. And as we see the formations here from the two teams, I'll also want to remind you guys that starting tomorrow, it's the double upload weekend. So I will be uploading 2 videos on Friday, 2 videos on Saturday, and 2 videos on Sunday. So I'll make sure to tune into that. And obviously, I guess I'll just plug in my things here while we're waiting. Please follow me at SFP Soccer Show on Twitter. And check out my other channel called Soccer Fan Perspective, which I will leave a link in the description down below. Anyways, let's start off here with this match against the San Jose Earthquakes. A team currently coached by Dom Kinnear, who have actually improved their game. Actually, I was very surprised when, in fact, I guess I shouldn't be. It's a Dom Kinnear team, and Dom Kinnear teams tend to peak very late in the season and basically get that playoff push going. And so right now they're looking very good, except they lost against Philly in their stadium. So besides that, they've actually had a pretty strong month, I'd like to say. And here we see that Michael Farfan is going to have an opportunity. He's going to go for the shot, and the shot just doesn't dip quick enough. What a great opportunity that Michael Farfan had there, though. If it only dipped a little bit quicker, that would have been a beautiful goal. And we see here that not much has happened in this first half, per se. As you can see here, this is the last attack that we have for the half. And Luperto's going to muscle his man here. He's going to go by one defender, go by 2. He's going to go for the shot. And that would have been a beautiful counter-attacking goal there. A one-man. Luperto was a man on a mission, basically. And that would have been a great goal here. And we're going to make a couple changes like we obviously do. I'm going to take in a Toche out here, and I'm going to put Jared Jeffrey. And I'm going to make, like I said, the same similar changes. I'm going to put in Aguilar, though, I think, or Martin. Martin as a left mid, and switch him with Zalalem. And then I am going to put in Aguilar for Arrieta here. And here to start our second half, and we see here that right at the very beginning, Chicago seems to be a little bit more decisive in the upper portion of the field here, and we see a nice shot there by one of the the San Jose Earthquake players. The red jerseys are actually throwing me off. I'm not exactly sure why San Jose has like a pinkish jersey. If anyone can let me know in the comment section, please do so. But I found that always a little odd. I got so used to the white jerseys, but then again, I gotta say those jerseys do look nice. So no complaints here. And speaking about complaints, my defense seems to be very slacking at the moment. Emmons seems to just go by my 2 defenders there and gets a shot, but luckily for us, it's not a shot on target. And here we see with Aguilar has the ball. Aguilar's going to pass it to Luperto. Luperto's going to go by one defender, and he actually gets clipped. And we're going to get a free kick, guys. And I'd be more excited about the free kick if I actually was good at taking them. But so far, I haven't seemed to have gotten a good rhythm on there. We see that Marvel Wine, the right back for the San Jose Earthquakes, is going to get carded here. And I think the card is deserving here because had he not done it, Luperto would have been in a great opportunity, a great position to give us the uh, go-ahead goal. And here we sit up, and I'm gonna give it to Jeffrey because to be honest, even if I had the best player for free kicks, I'm pretty sure I would have made it. And this is a decent free kick. The aiming was horrible though because we aimed it straight at the goalkeeper, but the power I think seemed good enough to actually go in. And here they were just gonna kick the ball out here, and Green gets it back. And now Green actually is going to get a call against him, and I believe I'm going to get carded as well. Yes, I am going to get a yellow card here for what I believe was a non-existent foul, but when I actually saw the replay, I guess I could see why I was getting called for it, because he actually gets no ball there. But in the run of play, I honestly thought the goalkeeper was blind. Not the goalkeeper, the ref, excuse me, was blind. And here Francis puts the ball back in play in the last 2 minutes of the game. And we have here M. O'Hara. M. O'Hara is going to go for the ball. And he's going to do what the CPU or the PC always does, which is just defend the ball there, which is really, really irritating, especially when there's a lot of minutes left in the game. I don't know if you guys have experienced that. If you guys have, then let me know. Do you find it irritating? If so, how irritating? Because obviously it's not very sportsmanlike, so to speak. And I should remind you guys that we're still in the transfer window here. And so far we haven't gotten too many offers. The only one I think that was relevant was the au pair, and I believe I have a couple of players that I've put on the loan list if they haven't been loaned already. And here we have the next game against Sporting Kansas City. Sporting Kansas City, who currently in the 2015 MLS season are the best team points per game. And here we see that we're actually tied, although they have 2 games in hand. So a victory would be very crucial for us in our attempts to get first in the East. And maybe, just maybe, clinch second place in the Supporters' Shield race. And here we see the formation, and I'm going to keep the same formation at the moment. I think there's been enough break time for my players to rejuvenate and get their energy back. So I'm going to keep it the same, and hopefully, considering this is my A team, I should be able to get a positive result. Because this is one of those games where I don't want to miss. I'm not going to give it to the B team, because obviously the starters have to be here in order to for me to have the best opportunity to get a positive result in this game. And I think we're going to play at home. So if that's the case, then that adds a little bit more in our favor. And we see that Shea Salinas is actually in Sporting Kansas City. That is actually very interesting. I'm not sure if that move would actually happen in real life. And we see here a great opportunity by Nicky D. Nicky D actually does pull off the shot, but it goes straight at the goalkeeper, John Kempen. And here we see Salinas, the new acquisition here for Sporting Kansas City. Get the ball stolen, and here we see Ricardo Espinoza. Espinoza back to Shea Salinas, but Shea Salinas just basically throws away that opportunity, guys. And we see Bill Hamid's going to pass it back to Birnbaum, and now another counterattack by Sporting Kansas City, showing how well they are physically, as they would say, sporting fit. And there was a close call there for the goalkeeper, Bill Hamid. Luckily, the post saved us this time. But we can't depend always on the post themselves, guys. We have to make sure we're sound defensively. And obviously, this is not sound enough. And we see here that we kept bending and bending and bending, and we finally broke. And here we see that Sporting Kansas City celebrating the first goal of the game. And like I said, guys, this was all Sporting Kansas City this whole half, and the goal was coming. You could feel it. I could sense it as the game was going on. And so the fact that Bill Hamid wasn't able to get this shot saved is a little bit disturbing in my opinion, because he was just millimeters off. It almost just grazed him too. And we see here that Mikey Lopez is the person who put it in the back of the net. And here we're going to have our own opportunity here in the counterattack. Trying to basically catch Sporting City off guard, hopefully after they celebrated. And here we have a foul that won't be called actually, because that is it for the first half, guys. It's a 1-0 loss so far. And obviously this is not something that I want going into this game. We didn't want to get a loss, obviously. We wanted to get at least a tie, because right now we're tied with points with Sporting Kansas City. However, we've played 2 extra games, so if this result remains the way it is, we actually might be further down the pecking order, and catching up to these 2 teams, Sporting Kansas City and Columbus Crew, will probably be a lot harder in the long run. And here we see quickly off the half, they get an opportunity by Longo, but Longo, for some reason, whiffs the ball, and it's not a very strong shot. And obviously, that's not going to worry the goalkeeper, Josh Kemp, in there. And we see here, Rolfie here is going to have another opportunity. He takes a shot, but I get another nice save by Josh Kempen. And here now, it's just like Sporting City had the first half. We're going to have the second half here. And I don't know what Chris Rolfe was doing there, guys. I was trying to set up for a right-footed shot, but for some reason he just goes for a spectacular goal. And obviously there's not enough power in the shot, and it's just like a powder puff in comparison to the other shots we've had before. And here we have Longo. He's going to find Chris Rolfe. Chris Rolfe takes a shot, and a nice save there by Josh Kempen. And this is really a tale of 2 halves, guys. You see here that we've been dominating the second half. Sporting Kansas City dominated the first half. And unfortunately, we dominated, but weren't able to come up with anything in our own end. And that's how the game's going to end, guys. We get a 1-0 defeat at the hands of Sporting Kansas City. And obviously, this is going to put a bit of a damper on our attempts to get first place here in the East. As we can see there shortly, we're 3 points behind now, and they still have that 2-game in-hand motion, and we're 6 points away from not Sporting Kansas City, excuse me, from Columbus Crew. And I guess, we see here that we actually got an offer from Toronto FC, and we see here that Mina is reminding us that he wants to be sold because the transfer season open. And like I said, guys, looking back, I guess, and reflecting as I make a couple changes here, because we have to get rid of a couple players. In hindsight, I think I've been doing fairly well in this adjustment to world class, and so I'm hoping, and it seems that we'll actually be able to make the playoffs. And we're just going to fast forward here all the way to the next game, which is the Montreal Impact. But that's it for this episode, guys. Remember to tune in tomorrow for the double upload, and until next time, see you all later.